This video intended for educational purposes.
Hey guys, it's Adam aka Swimming Bird, and welcome to a new Minecraft 1.10 update. This is pre-release number 2, which adds a bunch of new and updated sounds, restores a lost crafting recipe, fixes auto jump, and makes seeing some of those mob variants a little tougher. We are going to start with all of these new sound effects. We'll run through them quickly. There are a ton to listen to. The developers have been adding in these placeholder sound events for the past few snapshots and pre-releases, but now they are ready to listen to, and we can finally hear what these new 1.10 mobs are going to sound like, as well as a few different sound effects that I was not expecting, but I'm glad have been added. So of the 23 new sound events, 4 of them are for the Wither skeleton, but unfortunately, still sound identical to the normal skeleton. But because those placeholders are in there, hopefully before 1.10 comes out, the Wither skeleton will finally get its own sounds. We're going to start with the polar bear, and thanks to the recent stop sound command, I can just completely mute the clicking on and off of these pressure plates, and we can focus on the new sound effects. So I'm going to step on these a few times because there's a few different variations for pretty much all of these. And we're going to start with the adult ambient sounds of the polar bear, the grown-up polar bear, not adult, not like that. All right, let's go. Here we go. So kind of heavy breathing for these big bears. And the baby version, if you actually go up to the normal baby, it will make different little sounds that are kind of higher pitched. There we go. And right on cue, buddy. And the play sound version, though, if you try to play these sound effects using the play sound command, it doesn't seem to really change it from the normal ambient sound, but there is one sound effect that seems to be unique to the baby polar bear, and I think he made it just a second ago. Let me see if I can get it to play again. There we go. Cute little bear sound. Now, when they step around, it's very heavy. It kind of reminds me of the cows with the breathing and the heavy sound effects, but it almost sounds like they're stepping on snow. Since most of the time they'll probably be in those snowy biomes. Here's the warning sound for when the bears are going to attack. Couple different versions there. This is when the polar bears are hurt. And we have the death sound. Poor polar bear. I always feel bad when the animal sounds play of them getting hurt. But you want to hear the hurt sound for these guys, the Husk zombies. So we're going to start with the ambient sounds. They're very similar to zombies, but a little bit more dried out. They sound like they could use a glass of water, and they're really creepy. I like how they did these sounds. Very crunchy footsteps, and here's the hurt sound. That one's very similar to the normal zombie, and then here's the death sounds. There we go. All right, and then over here, we have the stray skeleton. This one might be my favorite because it is really creepy. Here's the ambient sounds. Almost sounds like a ghost or a ghoul. Creepy. And then here's the step sounds. Extra crunchy, almost like the bones are breaking or something. Here's the hurt sounds. Makes them sound even more brittle. And then death. Yeah, they're definitely creepier than the normal skeletons. And we do have a few other sounds over here that I did know about this one. When you enchant an item, you get a nice sound effect. A couple different versions. It's nice and magical sounding. And then when you open and close the ender chest, it has its own new sound effects now. It's a little different. That's the open and close. Makes it a little more magical sounding too. And then over here, the cave sounds, when you try to play them, they'll just randomly cycle through all the sounds. But they did add 2 more creepy cave sounds for when you're in the darkness. And they probably won't play randomly here. It would take too long to do that. So I'm going to put them in editing. So try to play one here. Okay, so this is cave number 15. Okay, and here's cave 16. Pretty creepy. So there we go. Those are the new sound events. And we got a few other things to cover here. Now, the polar bears, there was a bug where they would eat wheat. Like, they might actually be based off of the cows now that I'm thinking of it, because they would eat wheat like a normal, animal. I wouldn't put it past most bears to eat wheat, but these ones would take it and then they would they'd eat it, but they would give off hearts but not breed. Right now, it doesn't look like there's a way to breed the polar bears, but probably with fish in the future if they do allow it. And they fixed that bug, though, so they're no longer going to steal your wheat crops. Now, the spawn eggs. This is a kind of controversial change. They took out all those mob variant spawn eggs, unfortunately. The Husk, the Stray, the Wither Skeleton, Elder Guardian, Cat, Donkey, Mule, Skeleton Horse, and Zombie Horse. We have to summon them in now if you're in creative or, you want to use the eggs. You can't anymore. They took them out. There were too many bugs. They did say they removed the entity alias spawn eggs and all that nonsense that came along with them. I know Jeb, the lead developer, had trouble trying to get in a summon, like he wanted to add in like summon Cat instead of Ocelot, to try to do that a little simpler, but apparently it had a lot of problems with it, so they're delaying that until another update, and they went so far as to take out the spawn eggs, but developer Grum did say they only removed the spawn eggs for now. They'll probably put them back in. You can still do some stuff, like Zombie Type 6 when you're trying to summon in one to get the Husk zombie here. You can even hear some of his sound effects in his native voice here when we're smacking him with a sword. And then we can also do... Oop, stepped on one of those. We can also do Skeleton Type 2B, or you could just do 2, I think, as well. All right, 1B is the Wither, but this is the Stray. You'll have to put the bow in their hands, though, because otherwise they won't have it. So yeah, you have to, use commands to summon them in. No spawn eggs for us this time. And then here's the one for the Wither, if you want to get that guy in there. So yeah, unfortunately, they're removed temporarily, but hopefully they will be back in the future. And the endstone bricks, this crafting recipe was removed in some of the 1.10 snapshots, but they put it back in. It's a little different now, though. If you want to try to craft it, you can put it anywhere on here, but you only get one of the endstone bricks for every 4 endstone instead of the 4 endstone bricks that you would normally get back. So it's not really as efficient as it was at one point, but at least it's back in the game. They did fix a bunch of bugs, like auto jump. Previously, you could not jump over a thin snow layer, but now it's just gonna, auto jump me here very easily. And that's a nice little addition. So if you're going in those snowy biomes trying to find the polar bears, you can use auto jump to try to explore. Just hold down the key to move forward. Now, it also got a bug fix for jump boost not working with auto jump originally, and it would start flying in creative mode when you auto jumped and stuff like that. And then this was something that I showed in the last snapshot, but I forgot to explain, but the paintings just had a bug where when you would place them, it would put the colorful, red, green, blue little XYZ axis coming off of the painting frame. Same with items frames had some issues as well. So they did fix that. And then hostile mobs were able to spawn on magma blocks. They fixed that as well. And then mobs, you guys probably saw in that last pre-release update as well, the mobs were not really that smart about jumping over the new magma blocks when you place them down, but now they should be able to navigate, beyond a wall of these things and figure out how to get out of here if you do put them into a little room where they need to get away. They'll find the opening. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Polar Bear. So pretty much that is it. I also had one correction from the last snapshot or pre-release I wanted to tell you guys. When I was explaining the teleport command, I mixed up the TP and the teleport command. TP, the command, to teleport things around, is going to work the same as it always has. It's relation to your player when you use the little ellipsis things here. But if you want to, or whatever, tildes, the squiggles, Tilda Swinton. When you want to use a command that originates from, when you run it, if you want it to summon in something or teleport something in from where that command is run, then you have to use the teleport command now. This guy keeps bursting into flames very slightly. That's very strange. I wonder if that's a bug as well. Somebody report it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this. If you want to subscribe, there's more Minecraft updates coming in the future. You can follow me at Twitter, on Twitter, at SwimmingBird941. Thank you guys again so much, and I'll see you next time for some more Minecraft updates.